My hair looks like straight dog. If you guys have any idea what I should do with it, let me know. I got a pair of shoes. Alright, as you guys can tell, I was previously very much so enamored by my hokas, but for whatever reason, my foot, it's been hurting in a very weird, peculiar way. It might have to do with the way I stand while I'm working, but still, it hurts, so I needed something more flat. As you can tell, I got a pair of Vans because those have been pretty good for me. I used to be able to run in Vans, not so much anymore because I just don't run in general, but I wanted something slightly more unique than just a plain pair of slip-ons. We got a pair of, I don't know what these are. Yep, and these are a pair of Sk8 Low Reconstru. I don't know exactly what I was looking into. Hey, oh, they're cold. I don't know why I don't like that, but I wasn't really sure what to expect from them. I don't know. It's supposed to be like an old, I don't know if this is supposed to be a skate high or a skate low or a skate mid that's been kind of like reconstructed. I'm not really familiar with this series of Vans. It's on the inside, reconstructed for you to tear apart. And that's not something I plan on doing. It's kind of neat. It's kind of very abstract. Multi-paneling in the sole. We got the waffle bottom, which is necessary for Vans. I don't know how I feel about not having the gum waffle bottoms, but I mean, that's just kind of like a main staple for me when it comes to Vans. And we got some weird little, some Dalmatian or cow print on the inside of the tongue. And some nice little Charlie Brown shirts on the back heel. And some contrast stitching right here, which is kind of fetch. Not necessarily against what's going on here. I don't really know what's going on here. On the, what is it? This is the Wave? It's not the Nike Check or Adidas Stripes. Whatever. I never knew what the name of this thing was called, but on whatever the fuck divergent stitching, we're going to relace them. That's something I like to do with all my shoes. I like to relace them to my own style of lacing, which is just lacing my shoes. So one thing I like to do when it comes to relacing my shoes, I like to make sure that the laces are symmetrical. Clearly they're not, as the outside shoelace is a little bit longer. It's just a little bit of OCD. So all you do is readjust by adding more slack there, redoing it, and now I did too much. For whatever reason, I like to go outside in and then start from there. In my head, it's the same principle as the guy who walks on the outside of the sidewalk. The guy is walking on the outside, so the female is on the inside, being more protected and safe. That's just the same way I like to look at shoelaces. Why is it very philosophical? I don't know. Then I repeat the process from outside going back in. So historically, I used to never tie the top lace for whatever reason. I don't really know why, but right now we will, because I don't have a good answer as to why I wouldn't. And if that's the case, I might as well also go through the tag, which I also never do. And then I repeat the same process for the other shoe, and no one needs to see that happen twice. Or do you? I'm just kidding. I don't know exactly what happened, but for whatever reason, these shoes just pre-laced all over me. This is the Cardinal Voyage, and they hurt. Tater. We are slowly but surely making our way to the dog park. Which means that this is probably the worst time to break in a new pair of shoes. Look how beautiful the sky looks. That looks fucking nuts. Bro. We are maybe 1 or 2 blocks away, and they've so far broken in pretty well. And this guy is still exploring. Good buddy. Good potty. Again? Let me go again. Let me go again. What is that thing? We are almost at the dog park, but I am hungry because I haven't had breakfast yet, so I gotta get a snack, and Tater needs water. Cute. Ooh. So unfortunately, I'm a bad dog dad, and I didn't bring Tater his treats, so right now all he gets is water. Sorry, boo-boo. Totally dropped the ball on that one. But right now, you get some water. Hopefully it's good enough. I don't think it is. I know you're thirsty. All right, I'm gonna start off with this bad boy right here, which is the, I read it a little wrong, Gan Onion Pork Sung Bun. Nice and oily, creamy. Very porky. which I like. I think this one has a little bit more of a pronounced pork flavor. Well, since I Johnny Depp to that one, we're on to the next one, which is another almost missed. Yen onion pork sung bowl. What bun? What? Yen onion pork sung bun. What is it with old people that sit in public, go to the car, and just stare? You have to bite around the inner tube of bread to get to the center. Yeah, really just hardcore staring. Tater's just looking for the birds. Let's see what this lady's up to. Tater, we're in a dead end. What the hell's the point of this? Like, we came that way. Now we're all the way over here. Stuck. I am now freshly carbo loaded to play with tater tot at the dog park. I will say though, these shoes are holding up. The pain has subsided. I'm trying to dirty up these kicks, apparently. Tater doesn't realize how tall I am. And walking in a place like this, where I simply just don't fit. Tater stinks over here, bro. Come on. Something in my shoe. Yeah. Now it's a true test to see if my shoes come back white or yellow. Gotta do a little more than this, bro. You didn't go get it. All right. Hey, you gotta go. You gotta actually get the ball. I'm out of balls to kick. Make some friends, bro. Or don't. Just like how the churro cart is my favorite ride at Disneyland, this is Tater Tot's favorite in the dog park. Successful day at the dog park. My shoes aren't yellow. Just like any other pair of Vans, this is very tight and doesn't flex. I'm definitely getting a little blister right here. I should have worn some thicker socks. Time to make my heart stop. Wanna go home? Let's go home. Look at your head. Hey! Tater's truly testing if my shoes can get dirty or not. We'll finish this review at home. Where's my hat? All right, well, these Vans definitely put in work today. My feet aren't that sore. I think the back of the heel tab really kind of messed me up a little bit because that vinyl that they use back there is really stiff. So breaking that in, just like any other pair of Vans, is very, very difficult. But for the most part, I like them. Overall, I thought these were pretty comfortable. My only real gripe was the materials used here are very stiff on the eye stay as well as the toe box, because this is that canvas and this is a very like harsh, very thick suede, and this really dug into my feet. This was probably the hardest thing to break in for the whole shoe. The heel thing, that's Vans, you kind of get used to that. But this area right here, I think a thicker pair of socks would have solved both those issues, but I wore my regular black socks that I had, and so I didn't really prepare for this material. Plus, I mean, I was just wearing shoes. Good pair of shoes. It's another pair of Vans I have, and Vans are one of those shoes where I'll have and keep them for a long, long time. They're those shoes that just last. I don't know what it is about them. I can literally keep them for years, and I have a pair that are older than my kid. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see more videos in terms of fashion, clothing, and whatnot, I definitely have a pretty decent shoe collection. So if you guys want to see more of that, leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel, because if you do and I start seeing more growth because of this, I will do more content along those things, because I have way too many shoes and I just like things. So until next time, Paul Park.